Hey everyone, my name is Prince, I don't know if you remember me, and today is December 5th, which means for our Advent video devotional event, the passage we're going to be looking at is Galatians 4, verse 1 to 7. Alright, I'm just going to read that right now for you, so grab my Bible. I'm going to be reading from the NIV, so just FYI. What I'm saying is that as long as the heir is a child, he's no different from a slave, although he owns the whole estate. He is subject to guardians and trustees until the time set by his father. So also, when we were children, we were in slavery under the basic principles of the world. But when the time had fully come, God sent his Son, born of a woman, born under law, to redeem those under law, that we might receive the full rights of sons. Because you are sons, God sent the Spirit of his Son into our hearts, the Spirit who calls out, Abba, Father. So you are no longer a slave, but a son, and since you are a son, God has made you also an heir. Cool stuff, right? Well, when I think of Christmas, I've always had a great feeling about it. I don't know, it's just something about that time of year, you know? Just feels amazing, and everyone's in a good mood. I mean, can you honestly say that you hate Christmas? I mean, who can say that, right? With all the presents, the snow, and all the good family time you get, and the gingerbread cookies. Yum. So good. It's one of the most anticipated times of the year. And I know for my family, it's the time of the year where my mom gets to boss me and my brother around and tell us where to decorate. She just doesn't want to put it up or take it down. So we have to do that. It kind of sucks. That's a problem. Okay. Anyway, decorating the trees and the house are definitely an amazing thing, but, you know, even if it's something to look forward to, it's not the bigger picture. But for me, there's just so much more than that. I mean, it's all good and all. The snow, the hanging out with family, you know, all these cool people that you get to run into, and all the presents that you get to give people like me. But think about it. Years ago, God sent his only son to come down and be born on earth. You know? Which is crazy, you know, to be born of the flesh. To be a human. He was like us. That changed everything. People followed him, formed churches, and totally started becoming one whole big family. God had welcomed us into that family. That's how come we can say that we're brothers and sisters in Christ, you know? Now the passage I mentioned earlier actually shows this clearly. In verses 4 and 5, it says that God sent his Son, born of a woman and under law, to redeem those under. Okay, and that's us, alright? We're the ones under law. That we might receive adoption to sonship. Adoption. Think about that. God is basically saying that he'll bring us into his family. He'll make us one of his children. He'll adopt us. We got adopted. Awesome. It's like becoming citizens. We can vote. Yes, we can. Obama. 2012. So I'm not gonna get into politics or whatever, but basically right now what happened is that we were slaves, but now God put us into his family. So Jesus is basically our brother from another father. Alright? The other father. The greater father. Not only did he send down his Son, God also sent down his Spirit. In verse 7 also, it says that we're no longer slaves, and that since we're now God's child, God has also made us an heir. You know what heir means? And I'm not talking about A-I-R, like, you know, I'm not talking about heir like that. I'm talking about H to the E to the I to the R. Heir, alright? You're talking about a legally entitled to getting possession when the predecessor dies. Alright, now, that's the legal definition. Obviously, I'm not saying that God's gonna die. Obviously, sheesh. Hop off me, bro. What this means is that we're given this great honor to be, you know, the runner-up. We're trusted with all that possession that God has, alright? We're trusted with the whole estate. So not only were we adopted, but we're kind of given a really big standing in his family. You know, God can trust us already, and, you know, we only just got put into the family. That's ridiculous. So for this Christmas, just think about how awesome it is to be here as a child of God, you know, being an heir, you know? And that, us being an heir, right? That only occurred because Jesus was born here on earth. That's all that needed to happen. That's awesome. Word. right? God's word, that is. That was corny. So, anyways, thank you for watching. Pray that you have a blessed and Merry Christmas. Goodbye.